Hi, I'm Rob and it's Guild Wars War 5 and today is Yellow Day. Up against the Midnight Reapers, first opponent is Alp 3. We have King Silenus, Luna, Pan, Reflection of Good in Bard class, so a wild folk team here. King Silenus gives all wild folks a 50% start with mana and is impervious, so no point starting off with a root trap or anything like that because it's going to be wasted. Luna, damage to all, gives status effects. Explodes a random gem when matching yellow gems, good. Pan, 85 damage, in this case to 3 random enemies and knock them to the back. Also impervious, so not a lot of point in doing status effects on these guys. Speaking of status effects, Reflection of Good gives all status effects to an ally, then explodes 21 gems of their mana colour. Right, so let's check the traits. All yellow allies gain 1 to all stats at the start of each turn, immune to silence. Start battle with 50% mana. That's kind of wasted. A couple of wasted champion talents here. Don't know if the options made any difference or not, if they were just unusable, but Mana Source, start battles with 50% mana, and Inspiration, all allies start with 15% mana. Those things don't stack, and the fact that King Silenus gives all the Wildfolk allies a 50% start with mana anyway means if there was other options which were pickable on those champion talent trees, could have maybe had an extra couple of champion talents there, but I'm not going to choose that team. What we got? Yeah, I might go with something like this. Rope Dart eliminates all armor from an enemy, deals damage, pulls them to first place, has an extra turn if you have the upgrades. Fantastic weapon. Dishiishi transforms red to skulls, green to yellow, enchants 2 random allies, always nice, and divine allies start with 40% mana. Phoenix is divine. One of these ones that has the choose option. We can either do true damage to all enemies or summon 1 to 3 Volfire Hunters. Kind of useful to have that option just in case things go wrong and we do lose a troop at the beginning, for example. And I really like that third trait. Bless and enchant a random ally when I match 4 or more gems. Really cool. And the match 2 just gives us a fast start, is empowered, converts a yellow to purple and deals damage to the weakest enemy, so we can maybe get our Divine Ishbala or Phoenix rocking and rolling straight away. And with Phoenix doing that true damage, remember that Rope Dart is effectively true damage because it eliminates all armor first and then deals the damage. Right, so I think that is good for that. Just check my banner quick. +2 blue, +1 yellow, -1 green is okay. Check the traits, not traits, talent trees. Serendipity will do. What impact? Let me just check the opponent again. Oh no, no point. Nah, no point, he's impervious. That won't work. He's immune to stun. So yes, serendipity, irrelevant. Yes, yep. Rock solid, always good, even though brown isn't one of our primary colours. Don't want that. Could go bonus purple. Yeah, the bonus purple, that's good for my Divine Ishbala and Phoenix. Got lots of enchant options in this team already, so that is a better choice. And Fortitude. Yeah, because Divine Ishbala will enchant 2 random allies and Phoenix blesses and enchants a random ally when matching 4 or more gems. So, right, so I think we're good to go. Yellow, 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 yellow. Let's go. Looking for yellow in an ideal world to get our Rope Dart up. If we can't do that, we'll go blue. And if we can't do that, we'll go purple. And if we can't do that, we'll have anything else. Or look to this. Yellow to purple. This is the last resort, really. That's okay. Small amount of value there. Not a lot going on, really. Don't want to give them a lot of red, though, for their troops. It's not the greatest choice in the world, this one here. Not a lot of choice though. It will give me a barrier, so I'll do that. I think we might as well take this blue. I'm likely to take the red, I suppose, next turn, or the green. Or at least that's rope dart ready. Right, who do we want to grab to the top? Grab that anyway, just in case we get anything nice from it. Right, I think we grab their reflection of good to the top, because that can be pretty annoying. No stealthy on this side. Right, it doesn't kill him, so I'm going to look out for this, yellow to purple. We have a really nice one here, so I'm going to do this. Now we can either do damage to all, true damage to all, or look out for this, red to skulls, green to yellow. Take that first, that's going to set me up a skull hit, and now I can get rid of this first opponent here. I'm going to do this first, even though this does true damage to all, because I'm going to kill that first opponent, that will then leave them a skull hit on their King Solanus, so I'm going to actually use this skull normally to get rid of them first. They got a skull hit anyway, but we can deal with that. Red to skulls, green to yellow, not a big thing right now. So I might as well just take this skull hit. Deciding which side to take it from. See if it makes any difference. Not sure it does. Right, they've got their Pan the Ram up ready to do some bashy stuff. Red to skulls, green to yellow. Still not really any good. Only got a single hit there, it's just not really worth it though. We're going to have to take a bit of ramage, I think. Right, let's cast my Phoenix, I think. The thing I like about this spell is it doesn't actually adjust the board, which is quite nice. Just stick a bit of true damage in there. Right, now, what should we get? Get our rope dart ready, set it enchanted, that won't take long to get up. Ishbala is ready, but not much going on the conversions again. So we'll look to our rope dart. Let's get this annoying little goat out of the picture. Done. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I think we just take a yellow. Yeah, not fantastic options. Still nothing going on our Ishbala conversion. But that's okay. Spirit gems appeared. Keep an eye out for that. You can do do this now with Ishbala. Got the extra turn with a rope dart, so even though we have that skull alignment, we'll do that first and finish him off. Comfortable first win. And that was worth its ever little butchers 3,238 points. Battle 2 is against Cam Bapple. And we have Moonsinger, Malcandessa, Queen Bee, Essence of Evil. Moonsinger and Malcandessa both start empowered, so start with full mana. One converts purple to green, the other one yellow to green. That is to fill up their Queen Bee, who can be super dangerous. She is super dangerous. Creates 9 green and brown, deals scatter damage which can repeat cast and therefore just keep on going until everybody's dead, which we don't want. And she also has cleanse all allies when matching 4 or more gems. Essence of Evil is super dangerous, inflicts all the negative status effects on an enemy and explodes magic +1 gems of their mana colour. Right, so the main threat here is definitely Queen Beatrix, but Essence of Evil can't be underestimated either. You can win games with that, even when you lose other troops, just because of the way it stops you doing literally everything in the game, from collecting mana to just having the ability to just die. Right, Frost Mage, Snap Freeze, Insulated, Anti-Magic Sphere, Mana Source, Deluge, Water Mastery and Mystic Channel are the champion talents. So I'm not going to use this team. Need to sort that bee out really and have a cleanse myself. So something like this. Aquaticus is a really good counter to Queen Beatrix, who is the main threat on the other side. Submerge, that Tsunami, submerge all allies when matching 4 or more gems. That makes us safe from Queen Bee's damage, so just a 4 match required. Gives us safety from Queen Bee, and also deals light splash damage to 3 random enemies and explodes half the blue on the board. If we do get status effects from their Essence of Evil, Voice of Orpheus, really cool, cleanses all allies when matching yellow gems. Obviously, if the Essence of Evil got cast on him, even though he's impervious, Curse is one of the things which Essence of Evil gives. Excuse me. So if Essence of Evil did cast on Voice of Orpheus, which would be pretty unlucky for us, then his cleanse would no longer work. So for that reason, I'm adding in 2 Medals of Orpheus into this as well, just as a bit of a fail-safe. Mystralis we can also use to our good effect, enchants all allies on 4 or more gem matches, because we're looking for that 4 match to get submerged. We'll also get everybody enchanted at the same time. And then we can deal splash damage to random enemies, jumble the board and gain an extra turn. And we'll use Rope Dart, effectively a true damage. We'll try and cast that first, soften them up for Mystralis to go around, punching everybody in the face and hopefully doing a lot of damage. And we can use Aquaticus as backup damage as well. And maybe even Voice of Orpheus might chip in now and again. You never know. Right, so, yep, this is the team, I think. +2 yellow, +1 blue, -1 red. Voice of Orpheus does use red, but we use all the colours in this team. And Voice of Orpheus' spell is by far the least powerful out of the ones we want to cast. Elementalist class, standard thing for this. Freeze a random enemy at the start, at least should stop Queen Bee from, well, it won't stop her from looping, because basically she'll cleanse on the 4 match anyway. So a stun would be good in this. But if we get the 4 match on the Elementalist and it goes on Queen Bee, then she will be stopped in her tracks. So anyway, a 4 match is what we're after to hide ourselves from the bee. And we have one, so I'm happy with that already. Right, we are frozen on brown, so I'm not going to take that one first. Mystralis is the one that's been hit by the snap freeze. She uses blue, brown and yellow, so it means that any of those colours that you take, you will lose your turn the next round. So we'll take that first anyway. We're all submerged. Happy days. We'll do that next. We will take this. Going to lose. Oh no, we've been cleansed. Excellent. No, we haven't. Still frozen on Astralis. Remember, any yellow match we get, we're going to cleanse off any negative status effects. But we'll just check these. Convert purple to green. And we are submerged, but we still don't want to get their Essence of Evil up. So purple to green first is very good there. See, this is not a lot of use to me. Yeah, it gives me some mana for my Mistralis, but I'd much rather take this, get some green for my Aquaticus, and it's going to mess up this 4 match anyway, so the enemy wouldn't be taking that. So let me just double check this. Purple to green. They have a little bit up there, but hey, not a lot we can do about that one. And yellow to green. So they may take the yellow to green instead. The AI isn't always the most sensible and that sort of thing, so we'll do this move. Okay. So they've still got their purple to green option, which they have here. Take a little look around. Not too concerned about this one right now. It does make sense to take this because I'll get brown at the same time. Yeah, I thought I was going to line this one up with this one, but it's not. It's going to bring one down further as well. No, I did do that. Oh well, I didn't cast it anyway. Okay. All good. I think I should take this Skull Wallop. Reptile is up in 2 rounds no matter what. Astralis is up the next round. Aquaticus is ready to go. But they've got both of these ready again. Purple to green is a non-threat, and yellow to green is also a non-threat. So I can, I think, take the gem matches that I want. Little value in taking the brown, but no, I might just take this single blue then. And the reason is Astralis is charged the next round anyway, and I've already got a barrier, so I want to change the board as little as possible, because right now these conversions for them, purple to green, is no good for them, and neither is the other one. And they are probably going to cast one of those and effectively waste their turn. There you go. Alright, now, who's the worst out of a bad bunch? Essence of Evil or Queen Bee? I think Essence of Evil was a massive pain, but so is Queen Bee. It's almost like a flip of the coin on these two. These two Hombroids. Who are we going to grab first? I'm kind of undecided. Queen Bee. We've got a cleanse with Voice of Orpheus. I think we need to get Queen Bee. She can win the game on her own after all. Right, so she's to the top. Go on, Mistralis. Go around giving everyone punches. There we go, Queen Bee's gone. Fantastic, happy days. Alright, now, like splash damage to 3 random enemies, so it's going to probably alternate between these two. And because it's splash damage, there's a chance that these actually could just work out and just certainly kill one of them. No, not quite. Well, kind of worked out. And Voice of Orpheus, of all people, gets the glory at the end with his spell. How about that? Kaboosh. That was nice and straightforward in the end. Potentially dangerous opponent. $1,389 Guild Wars points. Battle 3 is against KTX. And we have Gorgotha, Doomed Axe, Divinish Bala and Killing. So a skull-based team here. It's all about skulls. Killing converts purple to red and brown to skulls, and blesses 2 random allies. So we have to be wary of that. Divinish Bala. All divines start with 40% mana. They are in priest class, so they get a head start on that. Doomed Axe, damage to all enemies, converts purple to doom skulls. Alright, again, more skulls here. Serendipity, Purification, Golden Protector, a Light Storm at the start of battle. Okay. And Gorgotha has good damage protection from skulls, so they're going to create a lot of skulls, knowing that if they leave any skulls, they have a tanky troop up top, which means it's hard to do a lot of damage to it with the skulls they may leave behind. So it's not impervious, so providing we can get an entangle on that thing, then basically we can hopefully shut down the effectiveness of their team, because it is, I mean, you've got damage to all from this one, but the main threat of this is the skulls. And it's all about skulls, these first 3 troops. Right, so not this team. Want to get an entangled element. I mean, Elementalist obviously does do the stun, freeze, burn thing, etc. on 4 matches, but I'm going to change it. Not sure what I've got set up here. So my impervious team might be able to modify this one ever so slightly. It's mostly impervious troops when things are a bit heavy on life and death and things like that. So we have Tannenbaum, dealing damage to an enemy, then entangling them, pulling them to the front, and dealing triple skull damage versus entangled enemies. That mostly is going to negate the damage reduction from Gorgotha, so that's pretty useful. Rope Dart entangles when you've got the upgrades on this, pulls them to the front. Ragnar Weaver could actually be quite useful here, webbing all enemies. It's going to reduce the damage if they get to cast their axe down to 3 damage to all enemies, because when you web, you make a enemy's magic 0. So that makes 0 magic, which knocks 48 off of their damage in this case. So only 3. So yeah, a Ragnar Weaver, and it's got a chance of a summon if things go wrong. Voice of Orpheus is wasted in this team. I don't need it. I don't need a cleanse. So I'm going to just change Voice of Orpheus for something. What do I need? Have I got enough damage? This does damage, this does damage. Yeah, we've got plenty of damage going on. Mana gen is slightly slow at the moment. Got 3 lots of entangle really, because if I change, so I'm going to start with them. I'm going to start with this in Archer class. I do like Archer class when I require an entangle. Hunt, yes. Perfect aim. I think that doesn't. Oh no, we'll have that because we're going to be using Rope Dart. Root Trap. Entangle the first enemy at the start. Nature's Aura. Don't want a Leaf Storm really. That'll do. Yellows to attack. Child of Sky. Right, so yeah, that'll do. That's okay. So they're starting off entangled. We can entangle when we cast this and grab them to the front. It's important to get more than one entangle if you can. So I'm going to play it extra safe because I don't need Voice of Orpheus. I'm going to bring in another entangling troop. I know I like to try and play things over safe sometimes, but better safe than dead is what I say. Cockatrice, so I'm going to bring this thing in. Uses brown. I don't use brown at the moment, so it's a good choice to benefit from more mana. Entangles an enemy, drains all mana from them, and creates 6 brown gems boosted by mana drained. The whole team is about skulls, basically, so I need to keep as many of their team entangled as I can. And because it creates those 6 brown boosted by mana drained, and Cockatrice is the only thing to use brown in my team, it means it can self-charge really, really quickly. It does deal double skull damage versus entangled enemies, but I don't want to mana block my rope dart on anything more than it already is. Right, so I think we'll go with this. Let's check the banner. So I've got to change that now. What don't we use? Don't use red. Still want some blue or yellow if we can. And bingo bango, we'll settle for that. That'll do. Alright, so yellow, 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 yellow. Entangling, starting, entangled. Don't have to worry about anything else. Plenty of damage going on. Right, let's go. We've got 4 match red out at the bottom, which we'll obviously take. Nobody's frozen on our side. Used a Medal of Arnu to get a faster start. No blue for the rope dart, so I'm going to have to concentrate on getting my Tannenbaum up. I'm going to take this one because I don't use red, but they do. So I think I'll take this match here unless there's any possible cascades of a format, which I don't think there is. I think we'll be taking yellow next, not green. They'll be taking yellow after this for their Gorgotha. Possibly red. Maybe even purple. Alright, but Tannenbaum is up. There's no rush to cast it, unless I've got no viable move. There's no colours there available for me now, so might as well cast my Tannenbaum, otherwise I maybe would have saved it. Who do we want to get to the top? I think Doomdax needs to be grabbed to the top. Could do with some blue from a rope dart or something. Gave him a skull hit, but it doesn't matter because they are entangled. Right, I'm going to maybe get my Cockatrice up. If I get a mana surge on this brown, my Cockatrice will be ready to cast. I can drain all the mana from one of their most dangerous enemies. Could do some blue from a rope dart. But hey, got to roll with what's there. Did not get the mana surge. That is a bit of a pain. There's lots of yellow and green there for Ishbala. Red to skulls, green to yellow. But as long as that top trooper stays entangled, I can probably live with it. Alright, I'm going to think I'm going to go for me rope dart. Alright, mana surge. Thank you. Alright, they didn't do that. They didn't cast Ishbala, which is interesting. Top trooper's entangled anyway. So we need to keep it that way. Alright, I think we are going to have to grab Ishbala to the top. See, I can now finish her off. I think this might be a good move. Get rid of her. Can get this next round anyway. Get ready to entangle another opponent and drain their mana. Any way of getting brown and green at the same time? That would be rather nice and shiny if I could, but I don't think there is. Who do I want to get up first? Arachnian Weaver or Cockatrice? The name of the game is stopping them from doing damage from their skulls, so I'll get my Cockatrice up. Sounds a bit iffy. Right, well, they're going to be wiped out because triple skull damage versus entangled enemies. Cannot say no to that. Gorgotha is ready, but not for long, pal. No mana and entangled. Triple damage. She's got the massive skull reduction, but still fairly effective. Right, let's get our Weaver up because this game is a match. I've got blue now. So get purple for my Weaver. No mana surge. Take that though and party. Ghost is about to cast, so we've still got to be a little bit wary of this. They're going to do purple to red, brown to skulls. Purple to red is not a lot of cop from anymore, but you do have to be wary of the brown to skulls. Which that is just going to set me up. If I take this one here, it's just going to set me up, providing the purple to red doesn't change things on the board and cause cascades for the skulls. Now I think we're okay. He's got massive damage reduction as Gorgotha, but he may not survive this little flurry, or he might just, you know. What a little toe rag. No, he's not going to make it. What a shame. One. He did survive. Right, let's use Rope Dart next to grab killing. Are we in range? Oh, not quite, 60. But let's get rid of that Gorgotha. That worked out anyway. Well, I'll settle for that. The plan worked. And a win. And that was... let's have a little look. 1,449 Guild Wars points. Fight 4 is against Heronim PL. Oh, yeah. Dangerous, dangerous Secret Darkwood Elf team with Life and Death, Arachnian Weaver in King Avalon. King Avalon giving all elf allies a 50% start with mana, has a summon, does damage to all. But the super duper threat here is not just these two, which are bad enough on their own. Life and Death is a nightmare. But Secret Darkwood, 50% start. If she gets going, she can loop you to death. And the AI does play this quite well. It does tend to loop her continuously until you die. And I've seen it happen. And it's happened before. So you can fight arrows with arrows. You can fight arrows with swords. But this is a cheese team they've got. It's a cheesy, repeaty team. So we fight Edam with mozzarella. Shall we fight Edam with more mozzarella? Guild Wars yellow cheese team. You can do the same kind of thing. A Chabsadoni Geomancer team all constructs exactly the same kind of idea. Start with 50% mana, repeat you to death by repeat casting. But we get the first turn. So basically, if we get our Chabsadoni up before they get their Secret Darkwood up, that should win. If we don't get brown or yellow and don't get going, then they could get going instead and do the same thing that we want to do to them. But we can obviously take away purple and green if we don't get a start on our colours and hope. Well, the thing that can go wrong here is if there's purple and green on either side of the board and we can't get a brown or yellow, or don't get Chabsadoni charged, ready to go straight away, then we could be in a lot of bother. There's no freeze in this team at the moment. The natural way to counter this team is to use freeze, so don't get repeat turns. Could switch to Frost Mage for something like that and just lose 3 brown gems when a Chabsadoni casts. That is a definite option. But hey ho, I'm living on the edge. I'm going to go for it without a freeze. I'm slightly crazy. Would recommend you implement some sort of freeze if you can with this sort of team, or against this sort of team. Right, they're all fine. Right, so let's just check our banner. +2 yellow, +1 brown. I think we need +2 brown for this. And the reason is, we get a 50% start on Chabsadoni, so she gets 6 out of her required 12. But in the Geomancer, we have that +1 brown, wherever it is, Stone Mastery. So this means that a +2 brown banner Means even without a mana surge, we are still going to get a Charles Donny ready to go absolutely straight away. Whether it's a mana surge or not, don't want Monis yellow, that's for sure. Nope. Okay, no, I don't want Monis yellow. Wow. Oh, there we go. That will be absolutely fine. Right, so let's dive in. Rope Dart, obviously Charles Donny, the idea is to loop. Rope Dart, we can get this charged up hopefully. Eliminates all armor from an enemy. Deals damage, pulls them to first position. And the star grants a random status effect to a random ally when an ally casts a spell. So with all this looping, we can get a lot of different status effects, but it will mean nothing if their secret gets going. I really should implement a freeze into this. I mean, she still can loop pretty good, but we need that 50% start. Maybe we can look at other ways of freezing, but now I've got to change a load of teams around. Right, let's roll with this one. All right, yellow, 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 50% start. All right, let's hope it goes well. Provided we can take out their secret Darkwood. First glance is not favourable. We've got brown, so it's okay, but they'll probably take that, so that is actually quite good. All right, I didn't see this brown at first, so this is why it's important, because even if I don't get a mana surge, we still should be ready to go. Just got to make sure I don't give them an extra turn. There's a slim chance if they take this, they'll get a purple extra turn from here. Have they got +2 purple? Yes, they have. Right. Wow. This is oddly slightly risky. Because even though I could get ready next round, if they take this, I'm going to call it now, because the odds are low. It's about 21 to 1, something like that, of getting a purple here. They'll get an extra turn and possibly win the game. I'm calling it now, just in case. They didn't do what I thought they might do. Right, good. So, she's ready. We need to take out their Secret. We need to get a few repeats as well. If a lot of yellow appear on the board to make the boost chance basically really safe, like 90% plus, you can actually cast the star and give 22 magic in my case to a random ally and have a really high chance of an extra turn. And if it goes on any of our troops here, like that puts her damage really high. It puts Rope Dart's damage really high as well, so really beneficial. But let's cheese these into oblivion. Right, that's them gone, good. King Avalon to be next because the other two are going to be stealthy. I don't mind fighting cheese with cheese. It's a mozzarella fest. It was a cheddar chest the other day when I'd done a similar thing with a similar troop. Oh, we can use Rope Dart in a minute. Let's just get these King Avalon face out of the way first. Let's give this second Charles Donny a roll out. Right, let's grab Weaver first. Reason is, otherwise every time I hit life and death, it has that chance to bring a giant summon into the fray. So we'll use Charles Donny to get rid of them. Oh, not quite, not quite. All good though. Cheesy as hell, but is this the face of concern? No, you can't see my face, but trust me, it is not concerned. I'll get my Rope Dart up if I can, but it's not favourable. So cheese be it. Super dangerous team, that one. So it's not over yet, but technically it should be. Of course, you don't get as many points because you took some extra turns here. Let's see if we get some yellow going on for our Rope Dart at the same time if I do this. Not that it's going to make a lot of difference now. But yeah, we've got 91% chance here, look, but she's webbed, so there's no point in doing that now. She might have been ready a minute ago. I wasn't really paying much attention, to be honest. I'm just too busy getting carried away casting Charles Donny. Not sure if they had a turn or not, to be honest. Ooh, shame I can't get my Rope Dart up. That would have made this part a bit quicker. But yeah, like I was saying a second ago, I'd rather fight something like with this, make it very straightforward and simple. And pick something else chancy. Secret gets going, gets a rapid cleanse, even if you froze them, and then loop to death. I've actually done that before, started with a freeze or something, and then Orpheus medals or something, or just a random chance comes in, cleanses them straight away, and she still looped you to death. So, fight fire with cheese. Cheesy fire. 1,606 Guild Wars points for that cheese fest. Last battle against the Paragon is against Karma. She's red, she's got bunny ears, she's got red eyes, red hair, red outfit, she looks a bit scary. It's Lamashtu, Life and Death, Arachnian Weaver, King Avalon. Dangerous team in Orbeaver. This is bound to be stealthy. And Root Trap's the first enemy. Yes, stealthy. Okay. And Lamashtu starts with a full mana. Converts yellow to purple. So, I could use this team. This team would work. Because we can just loop the enemy to death and just do what we did on the last game. There's no freeze element on this side at all. So this would 99% certainty work. But if I wasn't making a video, which people see, I would probably just cheese these to death with this team and be done with it and call it a win. But in the interests of entertainment and all that kind of thing, I'll do something different. What we got? Nope. Yeah, I might go back to this team. Now, when somebody uses a troop which is empowered like this, and it uses the same mana colours of the colour of the day, so troops you're going to use, a direct counter to it is that troop itself. So we can use Lamashtu ourselves, because if yellow to purple is good for them, then yellow to purple will be good for us. You can also counter Life and Death to a certain degree by having a couple of impervious troops in the bottom if you like. But I'm going to roll with this team, but I am going to change the order of the team around. And the reason is because Life and Death steals life from the last two enemies. I don't want my summon troop to actually be in that bottom two, because it has an option to summon or do true damage to all. So I'm going to change that around. Sorry, Ishbala, but you're going to have to be putting the fire in line. And then we still have Rope Dart. We still have true damage or the chance to do those summons. And we still have the other options as well. And we have a direct counter to their Lamashtu. So I'm going to go with this. Let's just check the banner. +2 blue, +1 yellow, -1 green. Good, good, good. I'm going to change from Geomancer to Elementalist. I'm going to lose a 50% start and get a 20% start. Make sure I've got a Arnu medal on. For that stun, freeze, burn and entangle. If I can stun their hero, then it will no longer be stealthy, and I'll be able to grab it quicker with my Rope Dart. And we'll start with Snap Freeze, Insulated. Might have a look at Impact, see what their troop does. All yellow, yes. No, I don't want that. Rock Solid, Lightning Strike, Fortitude, yep. Right, let's have a quick peek at their top troop. Don't think it's got any dangerous traits. Well, it's going to start battles with full mana anyway. It's not like you can take him away, so we may as well roll with this. Right, Phoenix in second place, yes. Right, let's go. This is what I was talking about. You see that purple to yellow, or yellow to purple. Really important. They've got it down here. Lamashtu on their side has it. That means that we have it at the same time. So yeah, we'll absolutely go with that straight away. That's got two of our troops up absolutely immediately. And because you've done that conversion, obviously it removes a lot of, almost all yellow from the board, and the only ones that are going to come after that are the ones that come from the following cascade. So we can now have a look at this. Red to skulls, green to yellow. Not a lot of value in doing that right now, because we are entangled. So we can dish out some damage, or we can take away some colours which the enemy team likes. I think we'll dish out some true damage. So I changed my mind on that. A complete retract. I'm going to take this, even though I don't need it, because I do not want them getting an extra turn. They didn't do it anyway. What do you know? Right, let's dish out a bit of true damage. We got cleansed. We can now have this option. Red to skulls, green to yellow, but no yellow on the board at all, and no format alignments on skulls. Doesn't always mean it's not worth casting. Because there's no yellow, the board is actually easier to work out what's going to happen. Like red to skulls, that's going to get that skull hit there. Obviously this one here. There's not a lot of danger apart from that, because these ones will be gone. And because they're high up, it's just going to affect the skulls from up here. So you can safely predict what's going to happen to the ones underneath. Same as this side. So this is actually a safe cast for Ishbala. I can do some damage. And that didn't work out like I thought. Oh well. Anyway, it is what it is. Let's carry on. So much for that little theory. What was I looking at? I have no idea. It's all part of fun. I'm one of the rare people that really likes Guild Wars. Don't take it mega seriously. I just enjoy it for what it is. Mistakes will be made now and again. I don't sit here for hours poring over the screen trying to make sure that everything's mega safe. I am quite analytical though. I will actually look at things in quite some depth, try and counter the opponent, things like that. That's the part of it I really enjoy. It's not going to kill them. Their hero is now non-stealthy, so I am tempted to grab life and death. Hope that that skull remained where it was, and it did, and then we can get rid of their life and death. So it's definitely going to be worth doing on the next turn. Or we could just do this, 52 true damage to all. We get an extra turn anyway. May get a following cascade. We've got red to skulls, green to yellow on Ishbala. Many options. This guarantee life and death is gone. That's our rope dart up. That's him grabbed to the top. Right, now the Arachnian Weaver will get up the next turn if I cast my Phoenix. But it's not going to be able to kill us because we've got way too much health. No green to yellow conversion. So yeah, let's get rid of their top troop. Green to yellow on Ishbala, so regardless of skull alignment, I'm going to cast this anyway. And that's got a rope dart up, and that will be the win. Let's do it with a little bit more mana at the same time. Well, it is a okay day today. Lots of countering the opponents, but that is part and parcel of Guild Wars. Well, it is for me anyway. Some people like to go in with just their best teams and say, I bet I can bash you up before you bash me up sometimes, but I'm more of a counter-attacking play, if you like. I like to look at what the opponent's main threat is and sometimes counter that. Each to their own. It's a different play style, and go with whatever you feel comfortable with. But there's a video. There's today's Guild Wars. Another day of Guild Wars tomorrow, but that's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now. I didn't look at the points. I'll look at the points quick. People are saying you didn't look at the points. 9,450. I'll take that because I had a bit of a cheesy day at some points.